Welcome everybody. I will just spotlight myself as well so that that's it. Okay, it's April the 1st today. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of emails coming through, which I'm not sure if they're real or not, or if they're jokes, but it's quite a few have made me laugh today. So welcome to the first of this new batch of meditations that we're all doing. And I am lucky enough to be asked to do Thursday. And I decided that we're all playing with words as usual, to call it Thriving Thursday, because this to me just links everything that I've been doing most of my life. I'll explain a little more. Let me please introduce myself, because I'm not sure if everybody has been here and met me before. So it's like a new beginning. So I'll start from as if we're coming from for the very first time. I'm Sue Cooper. I'm based in Nottingham in England, and I absolutely love coming onto this group and sharing a few little bits of wisdom that I've picked up along the way, and lots of love that we co-create together in this compassionate community. My background is in nursing as a registered nurse for about 45 years. And that was clinical nursing and education and research and in business as well. I had my own care home group. And then I became sick. I became really ill, and then that was with stress, with overwhelm. And I do know it's about, because I wasn't able to be as creative in my nursing care and have fun. It all became very systems based. Now that was fine, but being a bit of a rebel, it didn't kind of suit the way that I worked. And so there was this conflict of, I wanted to, take our patients out to the horse races and, when they were living with us, and, there were things that we weren't able to do. And I found that incongruent with actually my creative flair. So I became really ill. It took about 18 months to become really sick, but I didn't know I was sick. And then I went to the doctor and he said, I'll give you some antidepressants. I went, no, I'm not depressed. I'm just not very well. And my lifestyle was way out of whack. So I and my husband, the kids went off to do their things, university and gap years and stuff. And we put on rucksacks and I went to find healing for me. And I found it. And as I moved forward with this healing, looking at Indigenous healing, I realized that I needed to go and find Deepak Chopra, because like Susie, somebody had given me his 7 spiritual laws of success. And it was like, oh my God, I took it with me in my rucksack on my travels. And then from that, I became an Ayurvedic educator. I trained there, kept going back to California. And that's where I met Sarah McLean. And she was co-hosting the Deepak, a 4-day event. And we became friends. And then I trained with her as a meditation mindfulness teacher. So all this comes together into Thriving Thursday, because I adore the health service. I do believe that we, particularly in England where it's free at the point of service for us all, has a huge role to play. But I also believe that we've lost our way in terms of self-care, becoming that active participant in our own healing journey. So Thriving Thursday is going to be playful. It's going to be looking at how we can bring ourselves into balance, how we can stay well and thrive. And particularly at this time when we're moving into an emerging world. It's not a new world, it's always been there, but our perception of that world is shifting due to what's going on in the world. And my belief, and the belief of many, is that to really move into this new world, we have to heal a lot of past wounds to ourselves, past wounds to Mother Earth, past wounds that have come through the generations, our ancestors, through our own DNA. And then our life conditioning as well. We've been taught a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily know that equips us for for this emerging world. But what I do know in my own heart is that when we find our way to practices that bring inner peace, that bring coherence to our mind, body, emotional system, and the resilience that's required for that through the practice, I believe, of meditation, mindfulness, and natural holistic practices, we really will start to thrive. So this inner compass that I've maybe mentioned are the first 7 letters of compassion. So co-creating compassionate communities has always been at the heart of the model that I had a vision to co-create compassionate communities, and that's where Moments of Mass Mindfulness came into existence. But at the same time, it was co-creating and integrating holistic healing hubs. So this is the vision. I had to write it down, no idea what it meant. But what I'm seeing as we emerge into this new world is the mass mindfulness movement helps us find each other, because we're looking for this deep yearning to connect with not only ourselves but the world and the wider world. And then my other project, and all this is in service to the world, is Self-Care World, where we weave in these beautiful practices. So we find each other, we come together, we create this compassionate community. And then within that, we find the practices that will bring us into balance. So, and that's the inner compass, because when we start to connect with that, we start to know what it feels like to feel well, to feel vibrant. And it was Nikola Tesla, who said along the lines of everything is frequency, everything is energy, frequency and vibration. And what we've been doing over the last year, where we've been coming together day by day, week by week, is looking at our own ability to be able to judge where our frequency is. And wherever it is, that's okay. But when we start to notice, that's the time, through mindfulness, that's the time when we can go, do you know, I think I'm okay where I am. I want to examine what it is, and I'm in a safe, supported space. But also, I don't want to stay here because it hurts. It's painful. I want to be able to release it. Compassionate communities allow us to do that, because we're all the same. We're all interconnected. But we can also choose to go, I notice that my energy levels are low. So if I stop, if I do some breathing, if I look at the other elements towards self-care, which we'll explore over the coming weeks, I can raise my energy levels up. And we love to raise the energy levels up to the heart, because that's the bridge between the lower energy levels. This brings us into a place of courage, a place of heart-based awareness. And then we have an ability to move higher into these higher energies. So I think that's enough for now, because we have come here to meditate rather than talk. So shall we do that? Shall we enjoy a meditation? And then we'll have time to talk a little afterwards. So thank you for listening, and I really look forward to hearing from you at the end of this. Okay, so shall we settle in? And shall we find a place of comfort? And shall we close our eyes? And I invite you in this place to find this real awareness of your position. And because we're doing a slightly longer meditation than a few minutes, we want to be able to just take our attention away from the body and then the chattering of the mind. But to do this, really, we need to be conscious of how we are in this moment, sitting without judgment. It's the awareness. So finding that extra few moments of wiggling around, And let me guide you in a really nice way to bring your body into balance, and then for you to notice if this feels right for you. So I suggest to start with is to lower the chin a little bit so that you feel a stretch in the back of your neck. These are only suggestions. And when we do that, we bring our chin down a little bit, and we're constantly forward on our computers now, I would suggest. So we take our chin back and down a little, feel that stretch in the neck. Be conscious of the shoulders. And again, notice, take your shoulders back a little. And then as you do that, you'll feel the expanse of the chest. And when you do that, when you breathe in, feel the chest rise. Notice the alignment of the spine now. And it's as if you've got a little thread from the top of your head, pulling your head up just a little bit more so that you can feel the spine just slightly kind of opening. It's as if those discs in between are having a little bit more space in which to move. So as you do this, now we're not looking for a rigid spine. Let's just bring ourselves down into a resting position so the spine is in alignment. And then moving your attention around to the front, releasing the upper and lower belly, above and below the navel. And in this position, we notice our hands. Take your awareness to your hands. How are you feeling where your hands are? Does it feel comfortable? And if it does, that's great. If you want to move your hands, either press your palms into your legs or have your palms up. Or maybe your finger and thumb touching each other. Or maybe one hand resting in the other. Just have a little play for a moment, because when we find that point of alignment, of comfort, as we move into a meditation practice, the body kind of melts away because we haven't got discomfort. So here we are. And when we connect with our body, we're always in the here and now. Our body is always present in the moment, as is our breath. So linking the awareness of the breath with the body brings us into a place of mindful awareness. So where are you breathing in? Wherever you're breathing in is fine. Is it the nose or the mouth? Does that feel comfortable for you? And as you follow the breath in, feel the chest rise. And then feel the chest fall. And take your attention round to your back. And feel the back of the chest rise as you breathe in. And the back of the chest fall as you breathe out. Stay with this awareness of the breath in the body. And then take your attention now to the front, the softened belly. And I invite you to take a slightly deeper breath and feel the belly rise. And a slower breath out, so the belly falls. Make it a flow breath. And as we're starting to quieten the body a little, because we're in comfort, our mind automatically follows. But within the quietening down, you may become aware of the mind chattering to you. This is entirely natural. So we're not taking it away, our attention, we're simply bringing it back to the point in focus, which is the breath. So this is the power of attention. And we have this power. This is conscious awareness. So keep with the breath. Keep with the awareness of the breath. So as these thoughts arise, acknowledge them. Know that they'll still be there at the end of the practice and bring your attention back. This is the ultimate self-care. It's so simple, but it's a practice. It's who's in the driving seat. Your thoughts? Or you, the witnessing awareness? So let's deepen this a little. And as we breathe in, we consciously feel the belly expand. We hold the breath if it feels comfortable. And then we very, very slowly let the full breath out. And at the end of the breath, you tuck your belly into the back and you totally breathe out. And then you let the universe breathe you on the next in-breath. And then breathing out naturally. So should we try that again? So I invite you to exhale, fully exhale. Again within the realms of comfort. And then breathe in. Nice and deeply, feel it expands the chest, the belly. And then slowly breathe out. All the way. And then notice. Observe what happens. You automatically breathe in long and deep. So let's move into this flow breath now. So our attention now is moving into what we call the heart space, which is in the center of the chest. And in that space, we feel the rise and fall of the natural breath now. Have the intention to breathe naturally, and your breath will start to become quite shallow over the next period. With your attention in the heart space, we're going to ask ourselves some what we call soul questions, silently to ourselves, not seeking answers. We're dropping seeds into the heart space. And it's as if you've got your higher self in front of you. Maybe imagine your higher self is sat in front of you. You are in front of you, looking back at you. A deep reflection of yourself. And ask, who am I? Inquire, who am I? Ask again with this gentleness of approach, who am I? Let that go and simply rest in the awareness for a few moments. The next question is, what do I want? Or what do I need? Ask your higher self, your wise self. What do I want? What do I need? And again, with gentleness, ask, what do I want? What do I need? And then rest in the awareness of the stillness. Maybe follow the breath. The third question is, what is my purpose? How can I help? How can I serve? What is my purpose? How can I help? How can I serve? And then for the third time, gently to the wise self in front of you. What's my purpose? How can I help? How can I serve? And then let the stillness reside. Planting that seed in the fertile soil. And the final question of self-inquiry to your wise self is, what am I grateful for? What's in my life that I'm grateful for? Or who is in my life or has been in my life I'm grateful for? Ask the question. Ask the question again. Who or what am I grateful for? And then with gentleness and kindness, softly ask that question from your heart to the heart of your wise self. Who or what am I grateful for? And let it all go and rest in that stillness. Maybe follow the breath. Feel the breath gently moving in and out. We now connect with that breath. We allow those seeds of inquiry to manifest in their own time, to give us guidance as we move forward on this path towards self-awareness and thriving. So let's move with the breath and move into a very gentle flow breath. So noticing your breath within the heart space, the rise and fall, and we simply connect in. In this place of the heart is where peace and harmony and love reside. So connect with the values of peace, feeling rested in this harmonious place right here, right now, and expanding the awareness to the energy of love, breathing in love and breathing it out. Breathing in, just naturally, in the flow. Finding your own gentle rhythm. It may be that you want to count the breath. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, whatever feels right for you. But have the same in and out breath. And as you do that, expand this awareness of the quality, the energy of love. Love for yourself as you breathe in. Love for yourself as you breathe out towards your wise self, your expanded self. Breathe in the qualities of love, care and nurturing. Breathe out to your wise self, your higher self. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. I'll watch the time. If you find your mind wanders, just bring it back to this quality within the heart. Feel the essence of love. So drop the image of the wise self. And as you breathe in for I. And then as a community, breathe out the essence of love to we, to all of us in this space and those watching the recording. Breathe in the essence of love from each other and breathe out to each other. When I becomes we expand from the compassion and care of the heart. In for I, breathe out love for we. Let's do that for a minute or two. I'll watch the time. Breathe in, bringing in love for yourself from the others, and then breathe out, sending love. Stay with that flow. I invite you to anchor yourself in the I again, but expand out to the place, your own community, your neighborhood, where you live, where you reside. So breathe out to the place and sending the essence, the energy of love, and then breathe that back into yourself, back into the heart, out for your community, where you live, your place. See it in your mind's eye, and then breathe that back in. Breathe the quality of love back into you. I to place. And now we take our awareness even further out to our Mother Earth, the planet in which gives us our home. So breathe out to embrace Mother Earth, the world, and then breathe the energy that Mother Earth brings to us through the air back into ourselves. This gentle expansion of awareness, bringing the love to the Mother Earth. Make it a gentle flow. Feel within your mind's eye that sense of expansion, the love for life that living in this world gives us. And let's bring our awareness back into the place where you reside, back into this community, this compassionate community, and back into your own heart space, back into yourself. That energy has been activated. Simply rest in that for a few minutes. Again, I'll watch the time. Be kind and compassionate with yourself. Now it's time for us to start becoming aware of bringing ourselves back, holding this energy within us, this energy that has been generated, this energy of love and of lightness. And as we do this, we deepen the breath and we wiggle our fingers and toes. Our eyes are still closed, but in this place of anchoring our body in the here and now, feel your feet on the ground. Ground yourself. Maybe press your feet and wiggle your toes. Press your back and your legs into the chair or the sofa that's holding you. Just slump and really feel that you're surrounded, that your space is safe around you. And then let's rub our hands together. Let's start to energize. Rub your hands together, and then I invite you to place your dominant hand over your heart and the non-dominant hand on top of your other hand, a bit like butterfly wings. And feel the breath. It doesn't take much movement to start the breath becoming deeper. Would you like to do that again? Rub your hands. And maybe a little vigorously, not too vigorously, front and back maybe. And then place them back on the heart and feel the chest rise. Feel the energy. Can you feel the energy within the body? It might be in the heart space, it might be in the neck. This is the life force. This life force allows us to thrive. The breath allows us to thrive. So let's take one more breath with our eyes closed. And then if you want to do this, just have a stretch, unfurl your wings and become aware of the space around you. Making sure if there's anybody close by that you don't clock them. Really, really spread your wings high, stretch. And then bring your hands back into prayer position. Lower the head a little so that when you open your eyes slowly, you're looking into your hands. And when you're ready, make it slow. We raise our eyes and we greet each other in this beautiful Sangha, the Namaste. Thank you. Take a long, conscious breath with your eyes open. When we are thriving, we are able to open ourselves to expand. So maybe just as we're here at the moment, take the shoulders back a little bit and really feel that expanse. When we're in fear, we know this, I'm only reminding us, when we're in fear, we automatically curl up into like the fetal position. We go small, we comfort ourselves. But when we feel that we are vibrant and radiant, we open up to all that life brings us. So I'd love to just show you, if I'm able to do this, a graphic which you may have seen. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see that? Now, this is, it's statues that are very close to me. It's in my community and they are called the Good Neighbours. They're about 50 feet high and there's a little me at the base. That's actually a friend of mine. And I took her to see these because I go and see the Good Neighbours quite a lot because it reminds me of the fact that sometimes we feel too small to make a difference. What can little me do in terms of the big picture? And this kind of puts things in perspective because we're all playing our part in the evolution of this world, evolution of our own awareness. And Anita Roddick, who founded The Body Shop, said, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. And this always reminds me of, wow, yes, pattern interrupt. Little me in this big picture has a part to play. So that's the first one. And then within the same picture is these are the good neighbours, and in the backdrop is a sweeper. I don't know if you can see this. This is about good neighbour health, GNH as I call it. And GNH, good neighbour health, is when I is replaced by we. Even illness, it becomes wellness. Now, this is a quote. It's a well-known quote. So I don't own it in any shape or form, but it kind of sums up everything. Because when we come together and we're able to with all our vulnerabilities, we become visible and we're able to give voice and accept that vulnerability, we start to thrive, and we can start letting go of knowing that we're all connected, of past hurts, past wounds, past conditioning, and moving into this emergence of this new world. So that's what good neighbour health is about. But we'll travel that journey over the next few weeks. So I'm going to take myself off spotlight view. I'm going to stop the recording. Stop.